Okay, and just like I promised you guys, we are going to have businesses up here. We have our first business up here. This is Mr. Dexter Jones. Um, Dexter, how are you today?
Doing fantastic, James. Thank you very much.
Good, good. I am very glad to hear that. I don't think I heard you the first time, but anyway, let me ask you again. How are you doing? And how are you holding up during this quarantine? Quarantining.
Doing fantastic, James. We are blessed to be here. We are well supplied, so we are just sitting back and enjoying the ride, man, and just thank God for another day.
All right, man. I'm glad to hear that, bro. Really glad to hear that. And I understand. You have the mask. People need masks. They don't know where to get them from. You have the mask. You have the good mask. I'm sure. But let me start this off by asking you this question. And well, let me do this first. Welcome to the quarantine happy hour. And glad to have you here, and everything. But let me ask you a question. Why do we need to wear masks?
Okay. Want to say thank you once again for having me up here and for this opportunity to come on the program, the Quarantine Happy Hour. And I just want to say this is a great idea that you have here, James. And I believe it's going to be a great asset to a lot of people while we are quarantined at this time. So I thank you very much for the privilege to come up here.
Thank you.
hmm Okay. That's a very good question to ask. And in reference to that question, we know we're in the midst of a pandemic of global proportion, something like we've never seen before. Of course, this is something that have never happened in our lifetime, nor in the lifetime of our forefathers. And it is global, and it has um, happened over the entire world. So as a result of what's going on with the coronavirus, the CDC and the WHO have asked us to wear masks. And the reason we're wearing the mask is for protection. Now, when I wear a mask, it's to protect you. When you wear a mask, it's to protect me. So because this coronavirus is a different strain of virus that has hit the planet, and it's deadly, and people are dying by the hundreds and thousands. And the mask, the CDC said, is one way of protecting the virus, protecting us from the virus as much as possible. So that's why they recommend that we wear the mask for protection. Because when I'm talking with you and we're talking to each other, of course we're six feet away. When the droplets that comes from our mouth while we're talking, if I don't have on a mask, then those droplets can hit my face. But that mask protects me from the droplets, and also it protects me from taking my hand and touching the various points of my face where the coronavirus is easily contracted. hmm Yeah. Okay. Very good question. See, once you put a mask on, okay, it stops you as much as possible from touching the various points of your face where you really contract the coronavirus. Let's say, for example, if I've taken my hand and I've touched something that may have had the virus on it, if I touch my eyes, if I touch my nose, if I touch my mouth, these are the main points, contact points for the coronavirus. But if I have that mask on, it's protecting my nose, it's protecting my mouth. See, so even if I were to touch something and then touch my mask, then I'm not touching my mouth or my face. So it's protecting me that way.
Okay, so so why are there so many? I notice I see a lot of different types of masks. Why are there so many different types of masks um, out there? I'm just curious about that because I see a bunch of different kind, and I don't know if I have the right mask, if I have the wrong mask, or if this mask is better. I mean, would you say that you have the right mask? Would you say that your mask is more protective than the regular mask, or, or what?
Okay, very good question. Another very good question. There are actually about 6 different types of masks. Okay, and um, and 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 the reason I know this because I've done my research and finding out the masks, and we're not just selling masks just to be selling masks. We're selling masks for the protection of the people. Um, just looking at the various kinds of masks, the main mask is the N95 mask. Okay, that's the main mask. That's actually the type of mask that the government don't want regular people to have because they prefer those masks to be saved for the doctors, the nurses, and things of that nature. Those are the most efficient type of masks there are, the N95 masks. Okay,
I see.
they're the white mask. You most times you see N95 written on them. As a matter of fact, the government is so serious about these masks. There was a man that had a whole garage for the mask, and he put them on Facebook, and going to try to sell them and stuff like that. Within hours, they came to his house, shut him down, took all of his masks, and
Wow.
took them so that the nurses and stuff can use. They don't want you to have those masks, okay? And for good reason, because the nurses and doctors, they really need those masks. And the next mask is a surgical mask. Now you see these a lot. You see them on television. People have the blue masks. You've probably seen those blue masks. Those are the surgical masks.
Yeah, I've seen a
Those
lot
are
of those
very good
around here.
masks. Huh?
I've actually seen quite a few of those around here.
Yes. Yes, very good mask. Those are the second greatest kind of mask. Then you have what's called the FFP1 mask. Those are good masks too, but they're third in line. Then you have what is called the active carbon mask, and these are the carbon type masks. You probably haven't seen many of those. And then they got the cloth masks. Okay, these are like the homemade masks. Okay, those are really at the bottom of the totem pole.
So,
And then you have the sponge mask.
so let me ask you this: so, are the homemade masks, are the homemade masks efficient enough to keep you protected from the inside, and keep other people protected from your germs as well, or what? What's the real story on that?
Truth be told, those are the worst masks for protection and efficiency. Those masks are like taking a t-shirt, pretty much, and putting over your face. There's no protection. Real masks and surgical masks and N95 masks has a 3-layer protection. There's the outer layer, the middle layer, and the inner layer. And with those 3 layers, you're getting full protection. But those homemade masks, they have about 10% protection. So they're really at the bottom of the totem pole.
That's interesting.
They're really not good.
That's interesting because even the government is trying to tell people to make their own mask out of cloths and stuff like that. But that's interesting to know that you're not really protected. I mean, and like you said, if it is a cloth, if it's a thin cloth, like a t-shirt, somebody went out and just wrapped the t-shirt around them, they're not really protected then, huh?
Yeah, no, they're not really protected. And of course, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But it's the bottom of the totem pole of mask. And you see a lot of people now are trying to get fancy with masks. They're trying to get maybe the sports team on, or the slogan, or a nice look, or stuff like that.
I've seen those.
Yeah, but we need to be more concerned with being protected than being pretty. See, it's not about being pretty, it's about being protected. So those homemade masks, they're just not efficient. They're not efficient.
Wow. I mean, that's interesting, man. And I'm glad I got a chance. So the mask that you have, I'm gonna show some on the screen. I'll go back and put that up there. But I want to show some on the screen here. So tell me about the mask that you have and how much do you charge for the mask that you do have?
Okay. We have the surgical mask, the blue surgical mask that you see on television, but you see a lot of nurses wearing. We have those blue surgical masks. Those are the three layer masks. They have the outer, the inner, and the middle protection. We have those. The blue is 4 for 10. Get 4 masks for $10.
Okay.
And then we also have the black mask, which have an even greater protection. Those are 3 for 10.
Okay.
Yes. So those those are the.
Now let me ask you a question about your black mask. What is that made of? I mean, I know it's a cloth because I've seen them. I've seen your products. Of course, you know. So what are they made of?
Okay, those black masks that I have, they are 3-layer cloth. Gotcha. So if you have a reusable mask, now with reusable masks, those are the ones that you can use over and over. You can wash those out and reuse them and use them again. So they'll call it reusable mask, but they have a 3-layer protection in those also.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. See, so
we're not at home making these masks. These are not homemade masks.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
These come from professional medical companies.
So
you know where we get these masks.
So let me ask you this now. So those come from professional companies, but let me ask you. Okay. So again, how much are you charging? Okay, so for the blue surgical mask, you said those are $5 for $10.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, those are 4 for 10. The blue surgical
mask 4 for 10. Okay.
And then the black surgical, which is a little heavier than the blue. Those are 3 for 10.
Okay.
And then we have the reusable mask. Okay. Now, like these, you can use these over and over. The other ones are disposable, but these you can use over and over. These are 2 for 10.
Okay. Now, is that the black ones or?
Well, we have 2 black ones. Yes.
Okay. So those you can wash and use them again.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
And you said it's 3 layers.
It's 3 layers.
Okay, I mean,
an outer layer, a middle layer, and an inner layer.
And you know, you guys, I don't know, you know, what you have. If you don't have a mask right now, you know, we all need them, and you know, we got to get prepared because they just opened America back up, as we all know. North Carolina is one of those states, so you know, it's wise because. You know, I strongly believe, I'm not a scientist or anything, you know, but I strongly believe that spike is coming our way. I just don't think it's hit North Carolina. We haven't become a hot spot just yet, but I do think we are going to become one because I don't know if you notice, if you have been out in public to a Walmart or a grocery store, if you notice, I want to say about 35% of people that you see are walking around with no mask. Okay.
Yes.
So you better protect yourself. I don't care where I'm going. I'm gonna wrap myself up, protect myself. Here's, you know, right now, Dexter have them. If you don't know where to get them from, you can get them right here. Dexter, if you would, can you give them an address? I mean, I'll shoot it up here as well on the screen. But you want to give them an address of how they could reach you as far as a phone number and an address?
Absolutely. Yes, we have a store called the Eden Wellness Moringa. We're located right downtown Goldsboro. That's 123 North Center Street, Goldsboro, North Carolina, 27530. The phone number you can reach us at is 919-903-5419. And for those of you that are out of town, you can go to our website. We have the mask up there also. That is www.edenwellnessmoringa.com. edenwellnessmoringa.com.
Okay, I'll make sure I'll put that up there. That's not a problem. You guys, like I said, right here, you heard it on the Quarantine Happy Hour. Now we are more educated about masks. I'll be honest with you, I didn't know this. When they were saying to make your own mask, I was thinking maybe I'll make my own mask too. But fortunately, I bought all the masks that I do have. So, you know, if you don't know where to get the mask to really protect yourself, Dexter here has just told you exactly where you could find those masks. I'm going to, you know, I'll leave this address up here. I'll even leave a number up here for you. So, Dep, thank you for coming. We're going to see you next time, because I know I want to talk further with you about your other product, which is your moringa. That's definitely another conversation. I take it every morning. It's done justice for me. You know, as you can see, I mean, it's cleared my skin, my face. I have a load of energy every day now, but I'm not going to get into that. We'll get onto that another time on the next interview that we have. I appreciate you. And once again, thanks for stopping through at the Quarantine Happy Hour.
Okay. Thank you very much, James. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And bless you, sir. Thank you very much.
Bless you too, bro. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.